Hello, this is Dusty Druid back with another video. I thought I'd make a little short video on these USB sticks, or not USB, sorry, SD cards. As you can tell, I got four of them here. They range up to 32 gigs, 64 gigs, 128, and 512 gigabytes. And that looked pretty cool and all. Wow, you got 32 gigs, 64, 128, and 512 gigabytes. Especially 512, it's a lot. But if you see anything wrong, I'll bring two more that are way smaller. But see a difference? I do. Look at the brand names on top, and look at these ones. There's absolutely no brand names on top of them. Sure, it's like whatever. You see, as long as they work, who cares about the brand name? Okay, these ones are the real ones. Although this is a 2 gig and that's an 8 gig, these actually work and they actually show the memory and they actually work. These ones, on the other hand, don't. So as a 32 gigabyte, you can, there is stuff on here like my music, but it doesn't allow me to put anything on it. And it's not even full. I only filled, I think, 4 gigs worth of memory on this 32. The funny thing is, if you plug it in your phone or any device, this won't show up as a 32 gigabyte. It'll show up as a 64 gigabyte. Is not a red flag right there? Yeah, that's not real. And this one doesn't even show up at all. So this one's just broken. Same with this one and this one. Now, don't get me wrong, they used to work. They used to show up as, the amount that it says on it, except this one says 64 for whatever reason. But even with this, like with these, they all do the same thing. You try to fill it up, but it corrupts the files, and then it doesn't work. It doesn't allow you to put anything on it, and sometimes, the worst of the worst, they don't even show up on your computer or your phone. It just creates as a error, please remove disk, or SD card or whatever. So these are useless. These are fake. These were bought on a website for $2 each, which is ridiculously cheap. Because, for $2 for even a 32 gigabyte, it's still really cheap. Because 32 gigabytes is like worth, I think, what, 20, maybe $30, if I'm right? I don't know. I don't remember. As for these, 64, 128, 512 would be worth like at least hundreds. At least 512 would be worth at least 100, if not $200, probably. Because it's a lot of memory and a little chip, and they're worth a lot of money. And if you see a site that, shows memory cards for, whatever amount of memory they have, that has literally no branding on it, that says it's $2 or $4, even $10, it is a ripoff. And I'll tell you why it's a ripoff, because no company would sell these that cheap. Sure, you can get stuff online for cheap, but then there is too cheap. You don't want to be too cheap, because sometimes you're actually going to get what you paid for. And in this case, you paid for $2, you're going to get $2 worth of junk. So don't waste your money and your time on this, unless if you just want to do a video like I am. Now, I didn't spend my money on this. My father was the one that bought this for himself, didn't want to give it to me. Now I can see why he gave it to me, because, well, they're junk. So I had these for like the longest time, for like a couple of years. And I decided to do a video on them because when my phone got too full, I wanted to put a memory card in my phone to give me some extra room, and I put this one in there. And I was like, what the hell? 32 gigabyte in the phone, it says 64 gigs. And there is music on there, but it doesn't work. Like, the music works, but when you try to record or pictures on this, it doesn't work. It just doesn't allow anything to write on it. So it's useless. So I thought, you know what? I'm gonna, make a video on this. So I went to go look for my real 32 gigabyte chip, because I had another one, and I found it sticking on my phone, and actually it's 32 and it works. As you can tell, I'm actually recording using the 32 gigabyte SD card right now on my phone. I don't know, you can't tell, but that's what I'm doing. And yeah, this one doesn't work. None of these work. Don't waste your time on sites like Wish, especially. I know they sell stuff like this, and they're just ridiculous. Wish is just a site to just sell junk, is all it is. I don't buy anything from Wish. I don't like Wish. There's other sites similar to Wish that do the same thing. I'm only using Wish because that's, I think, where my father got these. I don't remember. It's been a long time since I, spoke to him about these. In fact, I don't even talk to him anymore. It's been like that long. But when he gave me this, I believe he said he got them at Wish. Don't go to Wish. It is the worst site you want to go to in getting, anything there, to be honest. And yeah, so although I got these for free, it didn't really, do anything to me because they're free for me, so whatever. But, just don't waste your time. For those who actually want to spend their money on it, don't do it. For crying out loud, it was $2 each. Come on, $2 for a 32 GB card? Like, really? That's too cheap. $2 on a friggin' 512 GB. Like, that's a red flag right there. There's no way someone's gonna sell legitimate 512 gigabytes of storage on a tiny little card for only $2. It's ridiculous. Now, I did another video. I broke this. This is actually really cheap itself. Some of these come with this. This was attached to it. It's a 2.0 USB thing, and you put one of these in here, and it's supposed to load up on your computer, the real one at least, or whatever. It doesn't even work. This shit don't work. This stupid light doesn't work. This was part of it. And I broke it to test how cheap it is, and I just snapped it with my 2 fingers. Although I don't have that video because it got erased because, yeah, I didn't want to put out that video. So, whatever. Anyhow, yeah, so, like, because this is a cheap, this one's garbage, this doesn't even work. You put a legitimate one, and that one doesn't even work. This is the real stuff. The real one, it's a bit smaller, but it's actually heavier, even though it's smaller. And this one actually works. It even has its own branding on there. And the good thing about it is you plug it in with a legitimate card, I'll actually load it up on the computer, and you'll see it. So, these ones are the real ones, as you can tell. If you put them side by side, although it's 2 gigs and 8 gigs, it's not a lot, but they have actual branding on top of them. So they actually work like they should. These ones don't have any branding. It just shows the micro HC or whatever the crap it says. But it's just to fool you. It's all it is. It's just crap. Okay, these ones also have it, but they're very minimal. They're tiny, and it actually shows the actual brand name of the chip. These ones don't have any of that because they're fake. So don't waste your time with those. Those ones are fake. That's the real stuff. I have the 32 gigabyte real one, also with the branding on my phone. If you're gonna get something, spend a bit more. You'll actually get what you paid for. In this case, they're $2 each, so you're gonna get $2 worth of junk. That's literally what they are. They're trash. They don't work. They're useless. I thought I'd keep them just so I can, trick people that come to my house. Say, hey, look, I got it like this, and then they're like, oh, they believe me, and then I just laugh and say, yeah, no, it's fake. It's obviously fake. It doesn't work. And it doesn't work. So I keep these as a reminder to not, go online and buy junk, because that's all it is. If it's like, there's sites online where they actually sell real ones, and they're cheaper than its original price, but they're still going to cost much more than what I paid. I didn't pay for these, but what my father paid for these, like $8 for all 4 of these. You even though it's cheaper, you'd still be paying more than you'd get if you bought all this at once. You get what I'm saying? So, like, my dad obviously didn't have brains. He doesn't know how to shop, so he bought useless junk. He even gave it to me because I guess that's how he thinks of me, as junk. He gave me junk, so screw him. That's just how people are, I guess. And yeah, so don't buy junk on the internet, because honestly, you're just gonna get junk. Anyways, this is a small video, very much just explaining. Obviously, this black pair was there because I was the 8 gigabyte card was in there, so thought I'd bring it out to show you the real stuff. Yeah, so don't buy junk. I didn't pay for it, so to me it's free. It's just I didn't lose anything off of it, so anyway, it was nice seeing you guys. I'll see you all later. Peace.